What a game. What a game. I thought we had it. I did. I thought we had that game, except for one thing. We left Brady too much time. We should have took our time and eat all the time off the clock, that we had between plays, which we didn't do. We need a win, guys. We're 0-4 in the preseason, and we lose the first game. But Dak played a hell of a game. Dak, if there's any question about Dak, I think our questions have been answered. Dak is healthy. He's back. He passed for over 400 yards. He passed for more yards than Brady did. So, but we just can't get over the hump. We can't buy a break. It seems like in order to win these games. But I'm going to talk about that. We made a lot of key mistakes that could have cost us the game. Bones Fossil's pet cat, old Zerline, Greg the leg is what they call him, but his leg needs some rehab or something because he missed a chip shot 31-yard field goal that would have won the game or made it a lot harder for the Bucks to win in the end. And he missed an extra point, and then after that, our coach has him try a 60-yard field goal. If he can't make a 31-yard field goal, what makes him think that he's gonna be able to make a 60-yard field goal? Which I didn't agree with, but there's just several things. And Anthony Brown, bless his heart, he's got to go. He needs to go to the bench. He got burnt so many times. I couldn't tell you how many times Antonio Brown was burning him. It's like we take the lead, and what happens? The very next play or two bombs away to Antonio Brown on Anthony Brown. Really? Come on now. Got to do better than that. See, the Cowboys, they scrimped on defensive backs in the free agency this year, and it's going to come back to haunt us. And we have nobody. We didn't even as much touch Tom Brady all night long. And I remember telling y'all the keys to the game. Before I had the video, before this one, I told y'all what the keys to the game were. And the top key to the game was we had to get pressure on Tom Brady. We didn't even as much touch him. Nevertheless, put pressure on him. One time, he almost knocked the ball out of his hand when he went back to throw. Other than that, we didn't touch the man. He was clean all night in the pocket. That's why he had 4 touchdown passes. We just can't buy a break when it comes to these close games, and we always seem to lose in the end some kind of way. When we went ahead, we got that field goal and went up 29-27, I believe it was. Or 29-28. It was 29-28. I thought we might have had a chance, but our defense can't stop a nosebleed, folks. We gave up 31 points. Of course, it was the Super Bowl champs, but still in all, 31 points. That's a lot of points. We got some work to do, folks. Namely in the pass rush and in the secondary. That's where our problems were. In Bones Fossil, ever since you've been here, our special teams have sucked. You're supposed to be such a good special teams coach. I just don't see it. You haven't done anything to show me that you're a good special teams coach. Every time we punted or kicked the ball to Bucks last night, the returner was running it back 30, 40 yards and putting them at midfield. And it seemed like their kicker, their punter, was always pinning us back. He's good, whoever their punter was. I can't remember his name, but he was pinning us back 3 or 4 different times. He pinned us back. And we couldn't run the ball to save our lives. They have some big old dumpster full of dirt, big old guys on their defensive line. I mean, you can't not run on them. We tried running with Zeke and a couple times with Pollard. 1 or 2 yards at best, is all we could muster out of that. And of course, we didn't have Zach Martin, but I don't think it would have made that big of a difference even if he was there. But in other news, you know how we do here. We always bring you the latest news. Well, there's more news. And another bonehead, if I may say, La'el Collins has been suspended for 5 weeks for failing to show up for a drug test. Really? How long's he been in the league now? He knows the protocol on that. How can you not go to a drug test unless you got something to hide? He didn't show up for the drug test. So now he's going to have a 5-game suspension. We just got, like I told y'all in the last video, we cannot get our best 5 offensive linemen to play in a game. Not practice, a game to save our life. Yeah. We can't do it. We've tried and we still don't have our starting 5. This week, it was Zach Martin out with COVID. Collins was there, but Martin wasn't there. Now next week, it's going to be La'el Collins out for 5 weeks because of suspension. He thought he was only going to get fined because it was his first time not to go to a drug test. And he didn't show up, and they banged him with a 5-week suspension. Come on, man. That's what you call a bonehead. We did have one injury in the game last night of significance, and it was Michael Gallup has tweaked his ankle, and Coach McCarthy just had a press conference, and he said he thinks that he's going to be out a couple of weeks. It must be a high ankle sprain of some sort. I really don't know, but he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. But we didn't even sniff a sack on Brady last night. I mean, it was getting on my nerves. I was like, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? I mean, we paid all that money to tank Lawrence. He ain't done diddly poo since we gave him that money. And they was all hyping up Randy Gregory about how his lean is and he can get around the corner. He didn't do nothing. We didn't even get close to Brady. So they've got an excellent offensive line, undoubtedly, there in Tampa, because I didn't know their offensive line was that good. We also had too many penalties. You can't win when you're beating yourself. You know, the penalties will beat you quicker than the team you're playing. And that's another constant variable with the Cowboys. We always have too many damn penalties. Okay. Tyron Smith, he does it every time. He has at least 2, 3 holding penalties. Connor Williams the same way. They caught him twice on holding penalties in crucial situations. I know we had one pass to C.D. Lamb, went for a big gainer, and Tyron Smith was holding. We can't do that. In playing the good teams, we can't do that. We're beating ourselves. We went away from the run last night because we couldn't run it. Our offensive line was getting manhandled by them big oafs they had in the middle of the line. I mean, JPP, he was all over the place last night for the Bucks. He was killing us. But Dak played awesome. I can't say enough about Dak's heart and you know how good he played in the game. But overall, the penalties killed us. The inability to get to Brady killed us, and Anthony Brown killed us, and the special teams killed us. If it wasn't for those 4 things, I think we would have came out on top. Even if we could have cut out 2 of those things, and Zerline did his only job. A kicker's got one job, right? Do kickoffs and kick field goals and extra points. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't do his job. I think they need to get a new kicker. I know that's Bones Fossil's boy, but you got to go. If you can't do one job and you're getting paid millions of dollars to do, and you can't do it, and it costs you the game, you're no good to me. There's 100 different kickers we could pick up out there that could do better than that. But Anthony Brown, I'm sorry, man. Bless his heart. He's a good old boy, but he just got to go. I don't know who they're gonna put in his place, but he can't do it no more. And our red zone scoring was non-existent. Another thing you can't do is you cannot kick field goals instead of score touchdowns on a consistent basis, because that's a recipe for losing right there. And that's what we did last night. Yeah, I'm not too happy today. I'm really not. I'm glad it's the weekend. After that, I stayed up late last night watching that game. Man, I was pissed after that game. We had 'em. We had that game. We should have won that game last night. Dak outplayed Brady. Too bad the whole team didn't outplay the Bucks. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. Well, I'm not going to keep you guys forever. Just had a little breaking news. Like I say, you know how we do here at Cowboy Star. Anytime there's breaking news, you can count on us to bring it to you. Be sure you subscribe and leave a comment down there. Don't be shy. Get in on this content that I bring you every day. I'm consistent with it. With that being said, let's hope the Cowboys can beat the Chargers next week. You guys stay safe and come back and see us next time.